Hello and welcome to the spiritcenter.us. My name is Kyle Shiver, and I'm so glad that you're joining me here today. The question today is, Kyle, what do you mean when you use the term centered? So we're talking about staying in the center, remaining in the center, getting centered, and the word centered has to do primarily with emotions. Osho, who was an Indian mystic and an author who I read a lot, has a book about emotions, and he says if you take the E off the word emotions, the word that you're left with is motion. And throughout most of the book, he talks about how appropriate this is because our emotions are constantly in motion. They are a cycle, they are a ball, and when we're emotional people caught up in our emotions, we don't really notice this. But in meditation, for those of us who practice meditation, who practice awareness, who observe ourselves, who watch ourselves, and we start to wake up, what you're going to notice about emotions is that they are, in fact, a cycle. If you have one emotion, you're going to have the other emotion, and you can't have one emotion without the other. So you get overly excited, you're going to be overly depressed in a couple of days. Okay? So observe this, learn this, and know this. And as you do this, as you experience this awakening, we're about to be joined by my cat Max, who some of you know. As you awaken to this reality of what the emotions are, you become more and more the observer of the emotions. So you're going to encounter a time to where something happens, and in the past you would have just gotten overly excited and crazed with excitement, but now you don't. Something will happen that in the past would have sent you in spiraling into depression and anxiety, but now it doesn't, because you know that those emotions are they're in motion. If you have one, you're going to have the other. If you're happy, you're going to be sad. It's all the same thing. And now you are not the emotions. You are not the emotional person that you used to be as you awaken in meditation. You are spirit. You are you. You are the Christ consciousness. You are the Buddha. You are here now. That is the center. So the outside world no longer affects us the way it used to. If you're living from the inside out, you affect the world. If you're living from the outside in, you're going to be on an emotional roller coaster all the time. How you feel and what your emotions are going to constantly depend on what other people do, what other people say, how other people act, what's on the news, what you read in the newspaper, whether you get what you want, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, whether it's a sunny day or a rainy day. If how you feel depends on the outside, you're going to be emotional and you're going to be all over the place all the time. So be centered, gain your center, meditate, wake up, practice awareness, practice obtaining your presence, being awake, being alert, being focused. The mind is where the body is, and this is where the center is. I hope I answered your question sufficiently, and thank you for joining me again at the spiritcenter.us, and until next time, namaste.